Hey team, welcome back. Kind of explain what we're doing and we'll get into it.
Okay, so I picked 7 categories for us to explain like music, I guess, because we also want to do music content because we both are interested in music. So I picked 7 categories. There are current favorite song, an inspirational song to you, favorite musical song, like from a favorite musical, the first song you learned the lyrics to, a gospel song, and then the first song you learned the lyrics to, not a gospel song. Uh, your pre-game favorite song or like your favorite workout song that like you listen to, like that's the song you go to, and your current favorite gospel slash Christian song. Because we are both faith-based, I incorporated gospel songs just in case if our favorite songs might not be gospel. So do you want to start or you want me to start?
I can start. So the current favorite song is that "Good Life," Kanye and T-Pain. It's not current in terms of like playing on the radio today, but it is still kind of my go-to song.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's really the last verse, and those bars, just really talking about always dreaming about it, and now he's finally there. But also the real talk about not having it. Said whether you broke or rich, you got to get biz. Having money's not everything. Not having it is. It's real.
Yeah, that's true. All right, my current favorite song, I have 2 right now because I couldn't pick. It's New Day by, well, Jacqueline Carr is in it, but she's not the main person. And Hips Don't Lie by Shakira. Oldie but goodie. I listened to it like 5 times yesterday, and Andrew was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "I just like it." So an inspirational song for me, it's probably super weird and random, but it's "One Man Can Change the World." Big Sean.
Yeah, I was like one of the Sean names.
Yeah, I like that song.
I like that song.
I I don't know why it's inspirational to me because it's talking about a man, but I feel like it's relatable. Like he's talking about his grandma, how his grandma raised him and took care of him. Not my grandma didn't take care of me, but I just like it. What about you?
My inspirational song is "Long Live the Chief." It's really just one. It's really one line in there where he's talking about why he dresses the way he dresses. He wears like ties and vests and he said because he doesn't want his best dressed day to be in a casket, and that's kind of my mentality. But also, it was inspiring for me to kind of see Jadina's career and how. But then the song played on Luke Cage, and then everybody knew who he was. And I thought that was cool. Also, I was a super huge fan of Luke Cage. I was really excited about the way it was filmed, how real it was, that they filmed it in Harlem. It was just like, overall, all around, well done project.
Your favorite musical? Well, what's your favorite musical, and then what's your favorite musical songs or song? Because you can have a favorite musical, but you like a song from a different musical.
My favorite musical is Hamilton. And it is the music, but it is also really everything else about it. The actors selected, the telling of an American story, um, not necessarily from the perspective of blacks and Hispanics, because it wasn't like we're talking about white men, but it was portrayed in a manner that reminds the viewers that black people are a part of the history of our nation. And I think that message sometimes gets lost when we think about the American Revolution and the Civil War. while things like slavery are a part of the topics discovered because like that's what we're fighting about, the people doing the fighting that are mentioned and named are generally not those black people. And so I think telling that story, that like made me more proud to be an American. Like I was like, that is my story that's being told, and it was told in a way that I could take it in, that I remembered it. And I've always kind of been that way. Music has been how I learn things. Like I was big on like Schoolhouse Rock. I can still say all the states, and it's because I sing that song in in alphabetical order.
Okay. What's your favorite musical song?
Yeah, I wrote a few. I was trying to narrow it down, but I think "Satisfied" is my favorite musical song from Hamilton. Um, but again, has less to do with the song itself, which is a great song, but really about how it was um, captured on the stage and on camera for like when they filmed it for Disney. Um, I'd never seen anything done in reverse before,
True.
and like blew my mind. Like I had to rewind it and watch it again. Like I was like, wait, we're going back in time, but also people walked backwards. Like this was crazy. I was like, you can't do that without like a camera and clicking rewind. And like apparently you can. You just have to have really talented people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought that was really great.
So my favorite musical is also Hamilton. Honestly, that was like the first, like, I guess what you would call like learning musical that I had like really felt like I related to. My teacher made us listen to it. Our English teacher at that made us listen to it, and we got extra credit if we learned music. And I was like, no problem, say less. And she was like, I'm gonna just pick a random song, and I was like, okay, pick it, I got it. Everyone else was like, how did you learn it that quick? I was like, it's music, it's not that hard. It's also like the songs were easy to want to listen to, and they weren't like boring. Like there are like some musicals where you're just like, okay, that was all right, but you don't want to listen to it again. But my favorite musical song, which might be surprising, Dear Theodosia, which really weird, but I just like the way that Burr and Hamilton just sang it together. You don't really typically see like two guy duets. I just thought it was really, really well sung together. But my other one, like top, like it's between these two, is Burn. Also random. What, like who likes Burn? But I like it.
Yeah, I wasn't a super big fan.
I just like I feel like the way she sung it. Like I was like,
Oh yeah. Performance wise, like
love
yeah.
the way
When
she
I say
sang.
like I didn't enjoy it, not like it was a bad song. I don't know. It was probably energy for me. Like we just came down from like all that, and then like it came really, really down. It's like also down in like mood. It's a sad song.
Yeah.
Which makes it not as enjoyable in comparison to like
other
all the
ones.
rest of the excitement.
Yeah. Which is funny because I picked the two slower songs. But, you know, it is what it is. First song, you learn the lyrics to Gospel. Little backstory. I'm a preacher's kid. I'm also a church kid because you can be a preacher's kid, but you can't be a church kid sometimes. Anyway, so we lived in Korea, and in Korea, we were part of the dance ministry in Korea, and so part of our warm up, was one song. It's called Shackles by Mary Mary, and we warm up to it, and finally I was like, because we listened to it all the time, I was like, oh, I know all the words, and they were like, that's the point, like when you're dancing, you want to learn the words to the songs that you're dancing so that you also know the moves to what you're dancing to. It makes it easier. But I eventually just learned that song because we listened to it every time we practice. Eventually we went to a different like warm-up song because we got tired of listening to it over and over and over. But it's still in my head. It's a great song still. But yeah. What about you?
Okay. So also grew up in church. Super church family where I went to church every day of the week and grew some resentment for the church. So the first song that I can actually legitimately remember learning was part of children's church. I don't know if the song has a title, but it's just a song you teach the kids, and it says, if you read your Bible and pray every day, you will grow, grow, grow. And then it says, like, if you don't read your Bible, you'll shrink. And, like, the point is, read your Bible and pray every day. The first song that I remember learning all the words to that I think people will recognize is Jesus is on the main line, tell him what you want. Yeah. It's like big, like commercial, which I mean that might be commercial, but like that, like played on the radio song that I remember learning. It's probably Yolanda Adams. Like her album played, and like my mom bought it. Like we couldn't have music in the house, but my mama had a Yolanda Adams album.
I get you. Favorite first song you learned the lyrics to, not gospel.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
Like yes, it is the theme song to the show, but it is also its own like song, and I knew that thing back and forth. Still know it now. But if you don't count that because it's a TV show, then it's probably Parents Just Don't Understand, which was, again, like music not really allowed in the house because everything is the devil. Will Smith was allowed because he was a clean rapper.
Okay. First song I learned the lyrics to, not gospel, was Fly by Rihanna and Nicki Minaj. I was in school. It was school. I just thought it was like, everyone was like, oh, who can learn the rapping part Nicki Minaj does? And I was like, it's really simple. It's not that difficult, people. And they were like, it's really hard. I was like, she's not going fast. They're like, it's hard. It's complicated. I don't even know what she's saying. And I'm like, it's real simple. And I learned it. Learned it real quick. Also learned the singing part because I was like, why not? Because you can't just learn one part of a song. It was really easy. And they were like, how'd you do it? One, if you don't understand lyrics, you can look up lyrics. What a concept. But
yeah, man, rap genius is the thing.
So that was the first song I learned that was not gospel, which I didn't learn that song until middle school. That explains everything.
Yeah.
I was too scared to listen to non-gospel music. I was like, I can't do it. They're gonna find out and I'm gonna be in trouble. Also, it's not like back then where you have like the iPhones and everything. I say that like I'm super old, but
It's true.
I didn't even have a phone until maybe 8th grade year, and it was a flip phone, and I was only able to call my parents because I had like practices, and they were like, okay, tell us when you're done. That was the only reason why I had a phone. Other than that, they probably wouldn't have given me a phone at all. Pre-game go-to song. I have two, because I have my like pump me up pre-game, and then you a little too hype, let's calm it down, remember what you're doing and why you're doing it. I play basketball, so my pregame like pump me up song was Battle Cry. I'm not sure if you ever heard of that one.
Title by itself is not ringing a bell.
So I like that song simply because it's like, take whatever anyone's telling you like you can't do and throw it right back at them in their face and be like, I did it. Cool. Thanks for not believing in me. I'm now on top. Like, you said no, but I said yes. My like focus on why I'm doing it or what I'm doing it for was Dependable God. It's a slow song, I will say. It is slow. So if you're not into like slower songs for like workout and pregame, I'm weird and just don't care as long as it's music and has a good message. So Dependable God was just telling me like, depend on him for everything you need, whether it be for the game or the workout if I ever worked out. Depend on God if you have to run a mile, because you ain't gonna make it by yourself. So it just, I guess, brought me back to like, remember, depend on him for anything and everything that you need. But Battle Cry, when they say you can't do it, depend on God, but throw it back at him. What about you?
Hometown Hero.
Okay.
By Big Crit. No, to some degree, feels like it's like kind of like my life story. I left home with everyone strong. What I felt like was a lot of my family members kind of like hopes and dreams of like my success to help bolster like our family and our community, and had some struggles along the way, and then also figured some stuff out. And just a song that reminds me that like I'm a winner and a fighter. Like, keep grinding out.
Your current favorite gospel or Christian song?
So mine is the More Abundantly medley by Ricky Dillard. I don't actually know how old the song is. I imagine it's a few years old now. But I just recently heard it for the first time, probably a year ago. And it's been in my rotation ever since.
My current favorite song is Mary Song by Tasha Cobbs. Once again, it is a slow song. I like slow songs, okay? I just like the message, like, while everyone was saying, like, you need to go clean up, and she was like, no, I'm gonna sit and learn from Jesus. Like, I'm gonna sit at his feet and learn. And I think that's important, like, when everyone else is saying, like, don't worry about God, don't listen to him, there's nothing you can do, you should go worry about your house and stuff like that. Like, no, I'm gonna take my time, have my little Jesus Bible study moment, and remember that, like, I need him and he's gonna use me and guide me.
Cool. All right. Any closing thoughts?
Oh, not really. Ooh, what is your next favorite musical song? Because we like musicals.
My next After Satisfied is This Is Me.
Okay. I knew we were family.
That song is...
It's dope.
It's everything. Like, the song is good, how it was presented in the movie is good, like the montage and how they cut from scene to scene, you know, what she's saying, like the words are great, the music behind it, her voice is amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
It's great.
It's a powerful song too. Very, very powerful. Did you ever watch, like, they have, like, before they filmed it, they did, like, a, what do you call it, when you sit around doing the scripts and you're just reading it off with, like, the cast? They,
Okay.
Like, she, like, sang the song, and I was like, everyone's crying in the room because they did it, but, like, it's more emotional. I'll show you the video one day. Besides, what about you? Closing thoughts?
No, I got nothing. Catch us next time. We'll figure out the next fun thing we're doing.